everyone, hope you're well. We're back down the syndicate. We've got 2 days ahead of us to make this happen, and I've opted to fish in a swim that I fished the time before last. I had one out of here that wasn't particularly massive, but I've got a couple of good spots in mind, and having spoken to one of the guys who fishes it a lot, he's put me onto a right nice spot in the gully. So apparently it comes out, drops off, but when it does drop off, it's a lovely sort of gravel seam. So we did actually see a fish over that, so pretty confident on that one. The other two I've gone, one is quite tight to the island, which will show you a clip of me putting that one out now. And the second rod I've chosen to come off about 4 feet off the island, just where it drops down into the trough. Fishing locked up on the two island rods, and the right hand rod is it's only 20 yards out. So yeah, I've put quite a scattering over pellet, and what's great about the syndicate is they very kindly provide you with 5 kilogram sacks of pellet, which is superb. So yeah, I've put probably about 1.5 kilos out so far, and then I'll progressively put more out. So the last video I did talked about my really strong stag rig using the Ultra Skin. Oops, where are we? 25 pound. Hopefully that's quite clear. Now I've started playing around with my open water rig with this material. So I use kind of it's kind of like an IQD rig, except I use it with a snag leader with a couple of subtle changes. To be honest, the changes aren't anything revolutionary. I just use a bit of shrink tubing just to give it a little bit of a kick round, but it seems to be doing well for me. It's very easy. I can take, you know, if I know I'm going to France and I know that I'm going to be fishing a lake with no snags or anything like that, then that's absolutely fine. Where we're going on the next trip, I know there is going to be a few snaggy swims, so if I'm fishing open water, I'll use my sort of snag leader D-rig, and then of course if I'm fishing near snags, then I'll absolutely default to this fantastic stuff here, Ultra Skin, and again it comes in the silt black, the gravel brown, and the weed green as well. So yeah, good stuff there. I had to go do a few errands this morning, but I managed to get down the lake about an hour ago. So all set, ready to go. Let's see what the evening brings. Okay, so just having a look at the rods now. I've got one on the PVA bag, nice big pellets in there because I'm only underarm in it. Again, double halibut pellet as a hook bait. Same again for this one, but I'm casting it a bit further, so a nice little small meat bag there. Again, double halibut pellet wafters, and then I've got the ProStim liver wafter on a little D-rig here, a little kicker. So yeah, let's see how they get on. It's fairly quiet out there. I'd only seen a couple of fish show in the last hour or two, but just pays to keep watching the water. I know it's a cliche answer, but it may be worth just always taking note of this, is to watch the other side of the lake, i.e. watch the bank the other side, because your eyes will find automatically something that shows in between you and the other side. If you're just watching a short piece of water or halfway, you might miss something beyond it, but if you're looking right the other side, you'll see what's in between if a fish sticks its head out. That's something that I remember from Lynch Hill when Scott Lloyd told me. He was always watching the water, and I was just sort of saying, you know, what do you scope for, what do you look for, and he always said, well, I look at the other bank, and then my eyes picks up anything that happens in between. So yeah, certainly worthwhile doing, and something I've continued to use. So I've just had to redo the left-hand rod. Just had a funny occurrence, and then to be honest, I wasn't sure what to do. And then a coot sort of bumped into the line, sort of dragged the rod round, so sort of made my decision to redo it. So yeah, all 3 rods all set. Yeah, fingers crossed for them. Okay, so as you can see, I've swapped over one of the rods to hinge stiff rig. Probably about 2.5 inches off the bottom, and using one of the CC Moore pop-ups, live system flavour in yellow, and yeah, the boom I'm using is made up of the 40-pound snag leader. So yeah, see how it gets on. Beautiful 18-pounder, caught using the GT HD 18-pound and the size 4 mugger, and yeah, absolutely bomb-proof. Right guys, so I've been lucky to have one. It's been quite a tough slog on this lake, and yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, but after a couple of laps last night I managed to find them out in this bowl. Just to, I always get this bit wrong here, but it's just a bit further up, isn't it? Just here. And sat there for about 45 minutes, and it was clear they were staying put, so I ran back and got the rods. How am I fishing? I favour sort of a withy pool style presentation. Nice and simple. We've got a nice fluorocarbon boom, and as it comes down, hopefully you can see that okay. Got a nice little fluorocarbon boom, and then a little section that's joined via an Albright knot under the putty. There are leeches on there as well. Look. And just finding the fish, making sure you're on them. There you go. Gardner GT HD line, always super strong and reliable, doing the biz. There you go.